start leaving this podcast right now. Don't even try and play me.
Will you be the sucker mom that'll turn this car around?
Yes.
That's right. It's time for the mail sack. Mail sack, mail sack. Why is there hair in this mail sack? Mail sack, mail sack. Let's all go inside. Mail sack, mail sack. Why is there hair in this mail sack? Mail sack, mail sack. It's all go inside. Next comes from @HotKills. Who's your current fantasy booking to take on the streak this year? Dirt sheet reports notwithstanding. He said that his is the Shield in a 3-on-1 tag. We've already proven that no man can end on their own. So, regardless of what you've read in the dirt sheets, what's your current fantasy book for the streak?
Current fantasy booking for the streak. I really like that Shawn Michaels thing. Like I know it's kind of made up. Now, but like
you just want another Shawn Michaels Undertaker.
Well, no, but like honestly,
who else is going to end it?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like the more you kind of go with this, the harder it is to be like, oh, it could break this year.
Like I know what the current rumors are. I know a lot of us are saying it's going to be Cena and Taker this year. Some people are saying we're finally going to get that Brock and Taker match, which would be probably pretty fantastic. And then, of course, there's always going to be people saying that Sting is going to have a match. But I mean, that's every year. Everyone, everyone's going to predict that. I'm still under the impression that someone younger needs that feather. Off the guys that are currently right now that could pull that off, I think it would be great if Daniel Bryan, that would be great for Daniel Bryan. I mean, granted, everyone's in his corner already, but I think that would just that would solidify Daniel Bryan's place. Like honestly, CM Punk didn't need the streak. He already had the 434. That's going to be his claim to fame, no matter what else he accomplishes in his career. Cena doesn't need that. He's had the WWE Championship more than anyone has ever.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan, like that, he's great. Everyone's behind him, but he doesn't have that one signature thing that he can really point to. I feel like this would be huge for him. Again, Daniel Bryan has plenty of time in his career to reach that point where he has something to hang his hat on.
Yeah.
I think that would be good. Another guy, I think, and some work needs to be done between here and there, but Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that would be, a ridiculous gimmick versus a ridiculous gimmick. And they would play against each other very well. And there's already history there with the whole Kane thing. Mm-hmm. So there's that. Speaking of history, him versus, our Twitter person said, someone from the Shield. I don't know about all three of them. I personally wouldn't want the streak to end with a 3-on-1 beatdown kind of thing. But certainly Dean Ambrose, Undertaker apparently is big on Dean Ambrose, and they already have a history after last WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
But I think but there's a chance that could be solved before then, because there's all this rumor that Undertaker wants to do another pay-per-view before WrestleMania. Yeah. So we're thinking maybe SummerSlam or Survivor Series or Royal Rumble, which could easily he could easily go after Shield or Bray Wyatt. Either one, it would have been fine. So. I mean, I don't know. And I mean, I'm not necessarily picking people who would beat Undertaker this year. I know that pretty much the question is, who do I have for this year?
Yeah.
But we're starting to feel like every year might end. Yeah. Because we don't know how many more years he's going to do this.
I mean, and regardless of whether you think the streak should end or remain unbroken with Undertaker riding into the sunset, I think it's pretty agreeable that for a good match, there needs to be at least that sliver of a doubt of this could be the year.
Yeah.
This could be the year. This could be the match. This could be the moment that they decide, all right, we're doing it. We're breaking the streak. And honestly, like, if John Cena was the guy, if they called it up Cena versus Taker, I could see it. And I would, and that's, you know, that's a moment where I'd be cheering pretty hard for Undertaker.
Yeah.
Because I don't want John Cena to
No.
break the streak. But I could believe that they would want that to happen. So I would go into that match not knowing the outcome. If there was a guy as young as Dean Ambrose, you know, because enough people said, yeah, that's what you do. You give it to a really young guy, so for the whole career he can be the man who broke the Undertaker streak. So if it was a guy as young as Dean Ambrose, I could see it happening, you know?
Yeah.
This kind of in the middle stuff with like Triple H, you know, kind of level of power. If Sheamus got it, if I don't know, that kind of Chris Jericho got a crack at the streak, that'd be the kind of things like they don't need it, and it's not kind of a big enough thing. I really don't see the streak ending on that match.
Right.
So that's what I don't want. That's what I don't care for, is that kind of in the middle stuff. Brock, I don't see it ending unless that was part of the deal, is I'll come back if I get to break the streak.
Right.
Which, you know, it's possible. It seems a little mean-spirited.
A little bit.
And I feel like at this point, Undertaker should have some say at who gets to break the streak. A lot can happen in a year, and a lot more can happen in 2 years. Like, you know, it's just... You gotta be sure that this is your next guy. And it's tricky to do that. Think about the reaction that Ryback got at last year's Hell in a Cell versus this year's Hell in a Cell.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. It's all about momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, guys like Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose, those are really the ones that I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
And they do have some sort of kind of history with Undertaker that I could justify that. Daniel Bryan's kind of a pipe dream, you know, for me.
Yeah.
But, you know, we have evidence that he's, through Kane, best friends with Undertaker.
He is.
He did the arm race thing with him.
The arm race thing.
It was fantastic. Remember that, Raw?
He's the stepbrother of destruction.
He's the stepbrother of destruction. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. But I want Shawn Michaels. That's my new, like, it just came up just now.
Yeah.
But it's my new pipe dream. Because it's and I've said it a million times in this podcast just now. But it's the one where, like, I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
I don't know who's walking out the victory.
Yeah, and Shawn keeps himself in really good shape. Mm-hmm. Maybe he can even wrestle with that big hobo beard. I'd be okay with it.
Well, see, that would match the thing where, like, they had to go out in the woods and I'm like, you're the only one, Shawn. I gave up that life a long time ago.
As he looks up with an axe draped over his shoulder. Mm-hmm. Looks up with his lazy eye.
Yeah. So.
I mean, you know me. Shawn Michaels my favorite of all time. So I'm not going to say no to that.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't know if that's going to happen.
No.
And I understand. Like, and to be honest with you, if that were to happen, I would be just as giddy as the next guy.
Yeah. But, you know, like, that's more likely than my true favorite, which is, you know, Mick Foley at Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania with
but
the
we don't
Undertaker.
want we don't want that.
But we don't want that because Mick might die.
We want Mick on this earth for as long as he possibly can be. Throw this out there: Undertaker and Ziggler.
Oh God, I love Undertaker and Ziggler. Ziggler's
like there's no storyline that makes sense for that right now.
No,
but it would be fantastic.
But Ziggler's who I'm highest on right now in the company, probably.
Yeah.
So, and he's
still not doing anything.
There you go. That's perfect.
He's still not doing anything right now.
He's ready for the Undertaker.
He might be on another kickoff show.
If he kicks off Hell in a Cell, I'm gonna be. Why do you hate me, Chris?